Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing this amazing morning? Let me move this back. Move me up. How you guys doing this amazing morning? We have a beautiful sunshiny day. I don't know what it feels like outside, but I know it looks good from the inside. So, how's everybody doing? You already know what to do when you walk in the building. Put I'm blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. And let me see who we have in the building. First in the room is Miss Linda. Good morning. She said, good morning, everyone. I am blessed, grateful, and I am blessed, grateful, and blessed to be alive. Good morning, sis. Chantel is in the building. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Betty Rose. Not feeling so worthy this morning. Come on. Push through, Betty Rose. Push through. Good morning, cousin. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I need you to say a prayer for Betty Rose, please, cousin. Good morning, Miss Lois. Today's Science Day. So feel free to chime in. Feel free to chime in. Good morning, Yolanda. Good morning, good morning, good morning. She says she is very blessed. Good morning, Tiffany. Good morning, good morning, good morning. She says, I am blessed and highly favored, cousin. I got my green on. Um, Crystal says, good morning, everyone. I am blessed. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning, Naomi. I'm awake, alive, and blessed. Amen, amen, amen. Good morning, LaShawn. Good morning, babe. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Salima. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing? Yes, how you doing this morning? Are you feeling good? Are you struggling this morning? Are you feel frantic? What are we feeling? Are we zen? Are we peaceful? Are we good? Are we happy? What are we doing this morning? Good morning, Deltra. Good morning, good morning, good morning. She says she is blessed. Bring me on real quick. All right, got my cousin coming in. Let me get you. Let me copy this link, send it on over in the chat. There you go, cousin. Feeling energetic. Yes, you're a bit blurry. Am I still blurry or am I back? Let me know if I'm back. Good morning, Chantel. Good morning. I'm blessed. I'm happy, smiling, and healthy. Yes, 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 and yes. I am feeling energetic too. I'm feeling energetic. I'm feeling happy. I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, started my morning ritual, worked out, meditated. I did all that. So I'm feeling good this morning. Even had my smoothie. So I'm feeling good. So cousin is in the queue. Let me bring her on up.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, cousin.
Hey, so I'm gonna be real quick because I got to work and it's a lot of noise around around the apartment, honey. Anyway, Betty Rose, you are worthy. Listen, we all are worthy. We are all imperfect people, right? But we are all made in God's image. So I want you to take that and know that you are worthy. You are more than enough. We all have our moments to where we don't feel as if we measure up to what we want to, and all that other good stuff. But just know that you're loved, you're watched. God knows, right? So I'm sending you a hug, big hug from Atlanta to you. This is not even just to Betty Rose at this point. This is to everybody who's feeling some type of way, right? If we're not there, we're all walking this path to try to get to something we want. Be it greatness, be it you want to be a millionaire, Nikki said thousandaire, whatever we want to be, right? Whatever the case is, we're gonna walk it, right? We're gonna trust God in this walk. So just know that you are loved, you're worthy. You may not feel it, but just know that you are, right? I mean, your work says a lot for you. We all have our moments. We wake up because we're not where we want to be. We don't think we're this person, right? So we all have it's small steps, just small steps. Take it day by day. All right. So I'm not gonna say stay on here long. I may send something else to her because I feel my help, but I can't help y'all right now. I don't
Yeah,
help
yeah.
with what I could at the moment, right? So, and I got my own stuff to deal with this morning. So keep your cousin lifted in prayer.
I will.
Um, and but that's why I come on to say, y'all, just be encouraged, okay? Be encouraged, and I'm praying strength for the journey for each and every one of y'all. All right, love y'all.
Love you, cousin.
Bye.
See you later. All right, y'all. We always get the word. We always get the word from Latrice. And whenever she feels the need to come on, she comes on. We try to do her, have her come on at least once a week, or I want to have on every day, start the prayer. But I'm waiting for her to get into her into her moment. And she's like, okay, I'm ready. I'm waiting for her to tell me she ready. Because when she ready, I'm about to do it. Because I'm the words that she speak, and most times when I say this to you guys a lot too, right? Most times when she sends me a prayer, or she sends me a word, or she sends me something, I'm like, it's something that I needed in that moment. And I did need her in that moment. Um, just when she popped up, because it was something that she said that resonated with me. And so, even though it was basically for Betty Rose, as she said, it was, relatable to everybody. This is not going to be easy. You are going to come across a lot of things, and not just in business, but in life. We're going to be challenged. We are going to, we're going to feel like, what's going on? I'm doing everything right. Why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? Why now? You know what I'm saying? And we all have those moments. And if we stay stuck in those moments, it's going to take us to a place we don't want to be. Right. And so we have to remember that these moments are only temporary, and this too shall pass. It is not meant to stay. It will go. Oh, yeah. I mean, it won't just go away, but we're going to have to do something to fix it. But what do we have to do in order for us to go and grow through it? So, um, with that being said, um, we're gonna get it. We're gonna push through this morning. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it, Betty Rose. We're gonna get it. Everybody sent you their virtual hugs. They sent you their prayers. Everybody, please pray. And when you pray, like I usually say, I don't like people to pray for me, because I don't know what everybody's intentions is. I don't know who you're praying to, and I don't know what you're praying about. So I usually don't ask people to pray for me, right? But in this room, I feel that we don't have that kind of energy in this room. We don't have that kind of vibe in this room. And so, Betty Rose, we with you. We are with you. We are with you. We are with you. We're with you. Let me see what I missed in the chat. Good morning. Let me see. Praying for Betty Rose. Yes, you are valuable, and you have value to provide. You heard that? And that comes from the value guru herself. Let me see. Everybody's sending you hugs. Oh, Salima says she's a little bit sleepy, but she happy to be here. That's right. That's right. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me see. I just love my tribe. Our community is just amazing, right? I absolutely love everybody in here. Like, it's just like family is home. It feels welcoming. I don't feel that negative energy. I don't feel that jealousy kind of. I don't feel that here. I'm not saying that somebody may not have it. I'm not saying that anybody may not have it. I'm just saying, in this room, it is not welcomed here. So, when you come here, everybody feels like home to me. So we got it, and we good, right? Um, you got this, Betty Rose. Facts. We love you, Betty. We love you, Betty Rose. We for sure do. And you got this, girl. You got it. You got it. All right. So, with that being said, everybody, did you choose your person? Did you choose your person that you are going to be studying for the next 30 days? Did you pick your person? Good morning, Jasmine. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Who is your person? Who's your person? I'm going to go with Steve Jobs. So, who's your person for the next 30 days? Who are you studying? Let me know in the chat. You guys said y'all needed some time to think about it. You had a whole day to think about somebody. Ooh, Seth Godin. That's a good one, Jasmine. I love Seth Godin. Seth Godin. I love him. That's a good one. That is such a good one. Ooh, and that's gonna be market research for you as well. That's gonna be so dope, Jazz. That's great. What you got, y'all? What you got? What do you have today? After we find out who everybody is doing, I'm going straight into the science. So this is not going on to another day. And I said I'm gonna have Miss Lois chime in with me, because science is her thing. I changed mine back to Beyonce. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh man, that's gonna be so good. Beyonce is a good one too. Who do you guys have? Who do you guys have? 30 days. That means today you're going to get some information about this particular person. It can be an article, it can be a book, it could be a documentary, it could be, just some videos that you see. It could be some, maybe somebody was talking about him. It could be an interview, it could be anything. But every single day for 30 days, you're going to learn something new about the person that you admire. Every day. Every day. You want to know where they came from. You want to know what their life was like. You want to know, you know, everything. How did they even get started? Where did they even get interested in their talent or their thing? When did they get interested? When did things change? What was their struggles? How did they overcome these struggles? Did they lose everything? I was actually thinking about doing Donald Trump, and everybody don't all come at me at once. But I was thinking about doing him because no matter what we think about him and his antics, the way that he was able to thrive in business and revamp his image and just keep on, changing it up. The way he was able to do that is fascinating to me. You may not like him as a person, I don't, but just the way that his business mind works, just the way that he operates, just the way that he knows I am going to be successful. You don't have to like it, but you gotta respect it, right? You gotta respect it, even though there may be there's some different opinions about him and his work ethic and his and his practices. There is some different opinions about it, but it's still fascinating to see somebody do something like that. So I would I was in between Steve Jobs and Donald Trump, but I think I'm gonna go with Steve Jobs, but we'll see. We'll see. But yes. Okay, so Linda's gonna do Judy. Shaquita Greggs from with Simply Sense. Oh, Shan. You gonna do Shan. Got you. All right. Yep, gotta finish. This is marketing, and he has a blog that I'll be reading too. Yep, and don't forget he got those other books too. What is it? The Purple Cow. Is that stuff golden, right? Purple Cow. He has a bunch of stuff. So you're gonna be good with that, Jasmine. So I already know you're gonna come out like the genius you are. Christoph Schneider. Got you. Make sure that you guys stay consistent on your people. I'm still with AJ Johnson. I love her work ethic, spirit, and energy, positive thinking. Yes. Me too. Okay, so he is a great businessman, though. Facts. He never gives up, ever. He could lose everything, he could have nothing, and he is not going to give up. He is going to find a way to make that thing happen. If he don't have the money to make this building work or whatever, he gonna find the money. He's gonna raise the money. Like, where do they do that? Right? I need to learn. So we'll see. We'll see. But Beyonce's tour started yesterday, and the way she shows up on her tours should be a masterclass. I have always admired her drive. Yes, 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 and yes. Okay, so Tina says she's doing Reverend Ike. I'm not sure about who I want to choose. Come up with somebody, Miss Betty Rose. Who do you love? Who do you love? Who you love and who you want to be hugging? Good morning, Michi. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Who's your person, everybody? Everybody, we have what, over 20? We have 20 people in the room, and I only heard like what, five, six people with their people. Who you have? Let me know. Let me know. Who do you have? Who do you have? And I also thought about Oprah, but I'm like, I've heard so much about Oprah. I kind of did that already. I want to learn about somebody new. I already know her story and I know how she did everything because I always was fascinated by Oprah. And so initially I was going to do her, but I was like, that's not a challenge to me because I already know. You know what I'm saying? So I want to do something new and something different. So I'm going to choose somebody else and I'm going to choose a guy. So, good morning, Sherelle. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Who are your people? Who's your person? Who's your person? Reverend Ike is my person. He was before all these preachers and manifestation. He was the blueprint they all copied. Got you, got you, got you. Let's get it, let's go. All right, y'all. Who do you have? Who do you have? Robert Kiyosaki. Good one. Good one. I low key don't know what's going on. I'm trying to piece your words together. Okay. All right, Salima. So what we're doing is we are reading the book Psycho Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz, and you can listen to the book if you prefer to listen to it audibly. You can listen to it off of YouTube. YouTube has it for free. That narrator reads a whole lot more energetic than the one that's on Audible. The one on Audible is boring. But either way, you can still get the book, right? You can listen to it or you can purchase the book. They have it thrift books. I think they have it for like $5 if you need to have the physical book, or you can go to the library. You know how to get your books, right? So we're reading that book, and in that book we're going to there's an exercise for us to study somebody who we admire, somebody who we admire in business. It could be somebody who you admire with spirituality, anybody that you admire, their success, their work ethic, their energy, whatever that is to you. You're going to pick somebody and you're going to study them every single day for 30 days. You want to study them so much that you can kind of have a conversation because you know them so well. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to learn something new every single day. And that's the exercise that we are doing. That's what I'm talking about now. I admire the owner of Herbal City. She puts in work. Yep. Yep. Riri. Yep. That was a good one. Betty Rose, start with your top 5 faves, put them in a hat and draw from the hat. Yep, Tiffany, yes, I love her. I have 2 people in mind, but they are already taken. It's okay because what you learn is because what you have is for you. It is not for everybody. It's not like a group thing where we're going to be, oh, let's see what your person did. Let's see what your person did. No, it's just going to be for you to have that information and that knowledge for yourself. So you can choose anybody else has if you want to. Anybody living, deceased, popular, unpopular, people you just want to know what make them work. You know what I'm saying? What just makes them tick? Like, it's totally up to you. I would not suggest, since we are all about being positive, vibrating higher, going with somebody too dark. But if you wanted to, like, what was in their mind? What was they thinking? How did they grow up? Like, I mean, you can do that, but this is not going to be beneficial for this exercise. You know what I'm saying? Because this exercise is all about you changing your mindset. It's all about you having a bright mental picture, positive mental picture of yourself and moving forward, right? I think I'm going to go with Shawnee O'Neal Henderson. Okay. Okay. Did everybody say their person? Did everybody say their person? I think we're missing a few. We're still missing a few. But every single day, find something, YouTube them, Google them. You can go to the library, see if there's any books on them, see if they wrote a book, see if they have any interviews. But whatever that is, just do something. You don't have to spend hours and hours unless you want to do hours and hours. It's totally up to you. I was thinking of the song in my head, but it's totally up to you how you want to approach this activity, right? Maybe start yourself with 20 minutes a day. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. And then continue on the way you need to. But for 30 days, put on your calendar, cross off your days on your calendar. Please and thank you. Put it on your calendar and cross off your days in your calendar when you did the activity, right? Crystal says she's going to do Jackie. Nice, 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 nice. But just make sure that you can get the information that you need in order for you to study for 30 days, right? Just make sure you can find you have access to the information. Yes, 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 and yes. All right. So everybody is committed to the assignment. I understood the assignment. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So who do we have? Okay, so everybody understood the assignment. Everybody should have their person. It is starting today. So today marks off the first day. Today marks off the first day of you doing the person that you admire. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, you guys, we have some new people in the building. The assignment is 30 days. Get research about a person you admire in business and spirituality and thought, just anything. Somebody you admire for 30 days, somebody who you can learn from, who you can have a, like, I want you to know so much about them that you can kind of have a conversation with them, like, and I'm not saying like, the conversation in your mind, but like if you asked a question or if you were talking, you would know them so much that you could respond with the answer, right? Like, who was your best friend in high school? Oh, your best friend was da da da. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to get to know that person like that, right? And it's just for your own research purposes. It's just for you to see what they did in order to get there, right? Because we automatically assume when we see somebody who has is at a high level of success, we automatically assume either they this is just for them. This is how it works for them. That doesn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? And we don't look at it as if, what did they go through? What happened in their life? Were they abused when they were younger? Were they abandoned when they were younger? Did they go to the right schools? Did they go to the worst schools? Like, what did they do? How did they become the person that's the success that they've become? And so I want you to start digging into other people's stories, because you guys need to see that success is for everybody. Anything that you want is for everybody, right? It's not just for selected people, it's for everybody. But you got to know that you are worthy of receiving such blessings. You have to know that you are worthy of wanting these things and accomplishing these things. You have to know that you were built for this, you were born for this. And so if you don't see it in yourself, you're not going to be able to produce that, right? And so I want you to look at other people, and I want you to research it, and I want you to see that, so you can say, you know what, they came from whatever. I can push through and I can make it through, and I can see myself here and I can see myself there. Just gives you um a better picture of, what you see for success. Yes, yes, and yes, everybody. Yes, yes, and yes. Let me know in the chat. Put yes, yes, and yes in the chat. And then we are going to go straight into the science. Straight into the science. We have six things that our body does not know is real or imagined, right? There are six aspects we don't know if it's real or imagined, and our bodies will still act as if it was happening. Our bodies will still produce the chemicals. Our bodies still will produce the emotions and the feelings, and not even knowing if it's real or false. I mean, well, real or false, if it's reality or if it's a visualization, right? And so are y'all ready? Are you ready? Yes, yes, and yes. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, Delcia. Thank you, Miss Lois. Yes, and Miss Lois, you chime in because I think I'm good, but just in case. But just in case, right? Yes, yes, and yes, everybody. Yes, yes, and yes. And I wrote everything down. I wrote everything down. Um, because I wanted to share this with you guys. Some things you're going to be like, what? Yes. I will DT. Oh wow. I'm getting dressed. Oh, okay. Got you. Got you. Got you. Got you. All right. So the six things. The first one that your body cannot distinguish if it's reality or if it's imagined is your belief. Is your belief, right? So if you believe anything, you can or you can't, and you keep saying it to yourself, your mind don't know if you actually tried it and it didn't happen, or if you believe in it. And so that's one of the things that your brain can't distinguish if it's real or visualization. And so if that's the case, in order for us to have a positive self-image of ourselves, we have to believe what we want to be. We have to believe that we have all the qualities. We have to believe that whatever we need, it can come to us. We have to believe that we are an amazing person, right? Because everything has to be true. And so in your belief system, you could say, okay, well, I don't know if it's to be true, but I believe that I'm going to be successful. I believe it. I know I'm going to be successful. I'm successful because, and you just start making yourself feel it, and your body is going to start producing those chemicals that are going to make you feel good, that's going to make you believe this thing. It's also the same with believing bad things about yourself, right? If you're believing bad things, hey LaRonda, if you're hey babes, if you are in a habit of believing bad things about yourself, then you're going to start producing things in the emotions in your body that's going to make that true, right? You're going to start feeling bad about yourself. You may start feeling depressed. You may start feeling angry. You may start feeling unmotivated. You may start feeling all these things, but your body doesn't know the difference. And so if your brain doesn't know the difference, then why not operate on the positive side of the spectrum instead of operating on the, you just don't know. You in the middle, or you operating on the further side, on the negative side. So you want to make sure that your positive, your mental image of yourself is positive, right? Because again, you are going to start producing these emotions and these feelings, and your body is going to start reacting in a manner because it doesn't know the difference, right? It doesn't know the difference at all. So the first one is belief. And so I also wrote down, if you were given a placebo, right? We've seen this in experiments and stuff like that. If you take a science class, they say like a sugar pill, or they gave somebody a certain kind of pill and they gave somebody a real pill, and the sugar pill, the placebo or whatever, worked because your body is automatically working to produce that thing. You think that this pill is going to work for you. You think that this thing is going to give you the results that it said it's going to do. So your body is automatically going to work to make that happen, right? And the person who may have the real pill, it may not do the same thing because that, but they don't believe, they may not believe. And so we know that with the placebo, right? There's such thing as the placebo effect. And so you want to make sure that when you are thinking things about yourself, again, you are thinking of yourself in a good light and not in a negative light, and you are not allowing that to mess up and fog up your energy, right? So the next thing is stress. Stress, your brain produces stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisone and cortisol. Cortisol helps regulate your body's response to stress, right? So sometimes you have a physical thing that actually happens and you could feel the stress, right? But let's say you had a situation that's playing in your head that hasn't happened, and you still feel stressed about this situation. The situation hasn't played out. It's not real. It's only real in your mind, and so you still feel all of the emotions, all of the everything that's going to happen when you're under stressful conditions is going to happen imagined, and it's also going to happen when it's real. So you want to make sure that you are trying to alleviate the stress, right? I brought up the conversation. I mean, I brought up the cancer situation, right? And I said, I know that my cousin, she's not anymore, but she had cancer, and what they told her was to eliminate the stress, because the stress is going to produce is going to decrease your immune system, right? And so she had to start, even though her diagnosis was stressful, even though, the treatments and everything else was stressful, she had to figure out a way not to allow that stress to really take hold and take over, because it was going to start making her sicker, right? And so she had to find an outlet. And so the same thing with one of my best friends, right? She had to find an outlet that was going to take her mind off of it, off of the diagnosis, off of the treatments, so that she can, start having good energy, good thoughts, you know what I'm saying? And just to clear her mind of the news that she had. So she started doing artwork, and she started pouring herself into her artwork. And that is something that helped her to alleviate her stress. So that when you go to, like, I don't want to say when you go, because I don't want to say anybody is going to anything like that, but they do suggest, like, in those hospitals and those cancer centers and things like that, they have things for to try to pivot you from those stressful situations, or try to alleviate the stressful situations. So they give you activities and things just so that you can get your mind together. They even though they want you to take the medicine, they still will offer the meditation. They still will offer you visualization techniques and books and things like that. They will still put you in that direction so that you can start getting your mind off the stressful situations. Yes. um Good morning, sis. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, beautiful ones. All right. So the number two is stress. Your body does not know the difference between reality and imagine. So you might be like, oh, well, in my reality, I'm not stressed out, or I'm stressed out in my reality, but I'm not stressed out in my mind. Fix it so that it can match. Fix it so that it can match. You don't want to be stressed out either way, because that stress is going to make you sick. It's going to mess with your immune system, and that is not what we want. That is not what we want. Number three is kindness. Kindness. When you feel like something happens and somebody did something kind to you, you feel like warm and fuzzy, right? If you're kind to somebody else, you feel like, oh, I did a good deed for the day, or I did something that's going to help somebody. You feel warm and fuzzy. Even in your mind, if it's something that you're thinking about doing, you're going to still feel those warm, cozy, fuzzy feelings inside, and that is going to make you feel better. It's going to make you feel happy. It's going to feel like, oh, I feel like I just embraced myself. It's kind of like that, right? And so oxytocin is the kindness and the love cuddle chemical, if you want to put it in, something we're going to understand, right? There is a connection that your brain and your heart produces, and it will produce oxytocin, and that is going to make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. So acts of kindness is going to also be another thing that your brain don't know the difference if it's reality or if it's imagined. So be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself, because we have this conversation that when we have this negative self-talk, we're talking so bad to ourselves. We're not being kind at all. We're not giving ourselves grace at all, right? And so that is hurting us on the inside. Nobody else could hear, but it's hurting us. So why will we have conversations with ourselves where we are harming ourselves? We need to speak more kind to ourselves. Give yourself compliments. Love on yourself. If you've done something and you should be celebrated, celebrate. If nobody else is celebrating you, celebrate you. If nobody else is recognizing what you do, you recognize you, right? You don't need to wait for validity from anybody else. Nobody else have to justify your feelings, right? You are justified already. So you don't have to wait on anybody else to give you their word, right? You could just say, you know what? I did really good today. Today I crossed off everything on my list. Good job. Good job. Give yourself a pat on the back. You hear that all the time. Give yourself a pat on the back and give yourself some grace, and speak love and kindness into yourself. You will be surprised. You will be surprised how you feel when you speaking these things into yourself, right? Because yeah, it feels good when somebody else say it, but if you feel it and you saying it to yourself, that's all that really matters. That's all that really matters. All I need to know is that I did good for the day. I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me. Yes, I may not be where I want to be, but guess what? I'm on my way, and I'm loving the process. I'm excited about the process. I'm loving on myself. Yes, good job. Good job. Oh wow, you crossed off two things off your list when you should have did three. That's all right. At least you got that too. You got that too. Good job. Good job. You know what I'm saying? Speak love into yourself. Speak love, speak kindness, and produce that oxytocin that is going to give you that warm, cuddly, fuzzy feeling on the inside. And speak to yourself. Speak lovingly and kindly to yourself. Put sticky notes on your mirror, Miss Loy said. Yes, yes, and yes. Good morning, Kay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So the next thing is eating. Did y'all know that your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and visualization when you're eating? Did you know that? Because I looked at that and I was like, wait a minute, what? I'm like, my stomach is growling. It knows, and it knows that I didn't eat, right? But it said research. The research shows if you imagine to eat, your brain will process it as eating. What? I didn't know that. I was like, oh well, this is good for diets because I'm gonna process myself as I ate and I'm full, or eat a couple of bites and I'm full, right? So we could process it that way, and your brain is automatically going to tell your body, okay, you done, you good, you don't need to eat no more, you don't need to keep stuff in your face. If your brain is send a signal and let you know that your body is full, you'll keep on eating until you explode, right? Because you don't know when to stop, right? So that is one thing I definitely did not know that. Definitely did not know that. Good morning, Lakeisha Keisha. Good morning. Yep. Yep. I did not know that. So anybody in here who is trying to lose some weight, good morning, Michelle. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Anybody in here who is trying to lose some weight, start telling your brain, start telling yourself we full. We full. We're gonna eat a couple of bites and we full. Not if you have not if you have a what is the word? I lost it. I know what I'm talking about and I see it. Not if you have what is the word? It's not a disease. It's a like, let me see. Disorder. Disorder. If you have an eating disorder, do not use this. Because do not use this. And then I will also say, because your brain, your eating, and your belief, right? You know how many people have disorders, eating disorders, and they see their image of themselves. They see themselves as fat, right? And they may not even be fat. They may be super skinny, looking malnourished. Their bones is, they're sunken in, and you can see their rib cage and everything, but their image of themselves, they see themselves as being fat, right? And so they can't distinguish it, and that is a clear visual for you guys to start seeing what I mean, right? Because everybody else could see that this person has an eating disorder and she's sunken in, right? But that person who feels like they're fat don't feel that way, right? So they don't feel that on the inside. They don't feel that they look like that either, right? And so you get to kind of see with how this actually plays out in, with the six beliefs that I'm telling you right now, right? The greedy in me can't accept this. Okay, your digestive system tells you you are hungry, not your brain. Come on, Miss Lois. Come on, Miss Lois. Yes, it's like when I cook a big meal that takes a while. By the time I'm done, I don't even want to eat. And that's everybody, right? Everybody's like picking so much, by the time it's time to plate the food, you like, I think I'm full. I think I'm full. And you didn't even have much. You just had a couple of bites. You just had a couple of bites. You know what? Sometimes I get full off of scent. It's weird, but it happens sometimes. Yep. Um, I guess because I have been around the food and smelling it the whole time, my brain must have my brain must have thought I've eaten and I'm full. I don't know, but then I can't eat. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Body dysmorphia. Mm-hmm. It's the same. It works the same in anorexic people too, because I think that's how they convince themselves to stay skinny. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. They're going to do everything that they have to do in order to maintain this weight that they think is their ideal weight. They're going to do that, right? And if they see themselves as being fat, they're going to go into the extreme, even though they may be skinny, and they may go the extreme just so that they can take off what they think they see, right? So we can clearly see that with, that as being the example. The next one is movement. Movement, I said this before, with Dak Prescott and the mental reps, right? And also in the book, there's an example about golfers, trying to perfect their swing and going following through and all the things that golfers do, and even musicians as well, as playing the music the way they want it to sound, or play imagine themselves playing the keys, and your brain doesn't know the difference between imaginary and not in reality, right? So your brain automatically thinks that you're doing that thing, and so this helps them to improve their game. This helps them to improve what it is that they wanted to do in their game, right? And this is something that I tell my son: start seeing yourself. And we see this. Louise Hay had a book, Heal Yourself. I think it's called Heal Yourself, or something like that. I might be confusing her with her book, with Queen of Fool's book, Heal Thyself. But she has affirmations and things that you say to yourself so that your body can start self-healing and start, um, healing itself and ridding itself of whatever's harmful or doesn't, foreign bodies that don't belong in there, right? And so a lot of the times you hear people who healed themselves, or feel like they've healed themselves, a lot of the things that they said was they never imagined themselves to be sick, right? I have an aunt, and somebody, if she went to the doctor and they said something and the diagnosis was something that she didn't want to hear, she would say that's not true. And they're like, but that's not true. That's not true for me. And she's, I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? That's not it for me. Right. And so if you don't want it to be true, so you start healing and you start talking to yourself and you start doing things for your body that is going to start changing things around. And a lot of the times that people are trying to heal themselves, they are visualizing their bodies healing itself. They're visualizing, that feel, that wholeness, them doing the things that they want to do, them out and about running around and doing those things, because those images are helpful for healing yourself. Those images are helpful for healing yourself. So if you are, let's not say an athlete, right? Let's just say just in business, right? In business, you want to see yourself, envision yourself as being successful. What are you doing while are you going to drop deposits every day off at the bank, right? Do you see the money in your hand? Do you see it going into the ATM, or do you see yourself giving it to the teller? Do you see yourself getting a deposit slip and you see 6 7 figures on your bank account? Like, what does that look like and what does that feel like? You got to start visualizing. um hey, my beautiful niece, I love you. You have to start visualizing yourself in these things, right? If you are sick and all you thinking about is being sick, you're going to make yourself sicker. You're going to start deteriorating faster, right? So you got to start seeing what you want for your body. You got to see yourself healing, because the body is a miraculous thing, right? Your mind is powerful. We are powerful beyond measure, and it's not just words, and it's not just perspective. We are powerful beyond measure. We don't even know the power within ourselves that we have, right? Because we don't test it, we don't try it, we don't believe it. We don't believe it. And if we don't believe it, then how could it happen, right? Because we already proved that that thing is not true for us, right? Because we're saying, I told you that didn't work. We just making it true if somebody says something different, right? But we have to believe it to be true for ourselves. We have to know it to be true for ourselves for us to even believe it. So I have to know that I do have the power within myself to heal my body. I do have to know that I have the power within myself to be successful. I do have to know that I have that power within me to make these things happen. I got to make that to be true, right? And in order for that to be true, you got to do some work. You got to do some work. You got to see yourself outside of the situation and fixing it, right? I need to see myself outside of the situation and know that it can happen. Yes, yes, and yes. Hey, my beautiful auntie, I love you more. So that is the next one. The one is movement, right? The last one. Okay, so it says science. This is a note I wrote. Science, imagining the movements activates and wait a minute. What do I have here? Activates and builds the same brain circuits as actually moving. So if you feel like you're doing it, your brain is automatically saying that you are doing it, right? It's activating that for you. Correct, Miss Lois? So you could imagine yourself doing the movement. It's going to activate and it's going to build in the brain and it's going to create that same thing as if you were doing it. Number 4 is eating. Eating, eating, eating. So the last one is your immune system. And I kind of touched on this when I was talking about you healing yourself. I don't know why I have a habit of peeling this off. This bothers me. Right? So the last one is your immune system. Your immune system. Again, I touched on this a little bit because when you start visualizing your healing, it starts activating different things in your body, not the stress that is going to keep on, making your health deteriorate, right? But it's going to be something that you can imagine in your healing that is going to help with your immune system. I know people with lupus cannot be stressed out, right? Because it starts to flare up, right? I don't know how many people, if anybody in here has lupus. I know my grandmother and my aunt, they had lupus and they cannot be stressed, right? Because they would have flare-ups. So does anybody in here, you don't even have to say that. Does anybody know that to be true for them? Does anybody know that to be true for them? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. If you are sad, you can start laughing and change your mood. Yep. Yep. Laughing, I forgot what laughing produces, but laughing will help you to lift up your spirits. It will definitely, even if it's a fake laugh, even if it's a fake smile, right? I've read it in quite a few books. Even if you have a fake smile on, your body is automatically feeling like, okay, we smiling, we happy. We smiling, we doing this. We're laughing, we're joyful, right? Even if it's fake. They have exercises where people are just laughing in a room, right? And this is to boost their spirits. This is to boost their ego. I mean, not ego, sorry. This is to boost their spirit. Yeah, that boost their spirit. But yeah, I gotta look and see because I'm thinking at the same time they have these laughing exercises that they do. I'm gonna find out and I'm gonna tell you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna put laughing exercises. But they have it. It's the same thing about staring at yourself in the mirror. I have cousins with lupus. Yes, yes, lupus survivor here, right? Stress is the enemy. Stress is the enemy if you have like autoimmune um things like that, it's definitely the enemy. So you want to make sure if you starting to feel something, then laugh, smile, tell yourself something kind so you can start producing those happiness chemicals in your body as opposed to the stress that is going to start deteriorating, right? Your body. So I wrote your immune system. Visualize. This is one of the exercises. Visualize their immune systems working to have higher T cells and more active killer cells than those that's not visualizing. This was seen in a trial for patients with cancer undergoing chemo. So the people the cancer patients who have envisioned themselves as they had the cells killing the cancer cells, they were doing better than the people who didn't visualize at all, right? And so if that works for cancer patients, this could basically work for anything in our lives, in our existence. This could work for basically anything. Endorphins. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this can work for everybody, right? And so if you start feeling sick, start telling yourself you're well. One thing about me and my kids will always say, "Oh, Ma, you such a witch. You said you witchy with the treatments and stuff like that." But if I'm telling you to talk to yourself and to feel better about yourself, then try that, right? That people will say, "Oh, I'm getting sick. I'm getting sick." We don't say that in here. We don't say I'm getting sick. You know what I'm saying? We speak in life into ourselves. It's in the Bible. Speak life into yourself. The power, what is it? The power of death is in your tongue. But the power of life and death is in your tongue, right? And so if that's the case, then speak life into yourself. Speak love into yourself. So speak success into yourself. Speak healing into yourself. Because we are powerful. We are powerful beyond measure. And that's why I try not to, because those flares are horrible. I mean, who has time for that disease to come back? Not me. I know that's right. I know that's right. That's holistic. Start speaking life into yourself. Because if you don't speak life into yourself, you are speaking, like we could say, you could speak negatively and you notice that only negative things happen to you. Only negative things happen to you. Is it a result of you speaking negatively, period? Imagine changing the words and speak positively, or thinking positive about the outcome and changing that around for you. It makes a difference. It makes a difference, right? A person who say I'm sick, I'm sick, I'm sick all the time, they act as a sick person. They live like a sick person. They operate like a sick person. A sick person, or a person who has been diagnosed with something and says, I'm living my life to the fullest. I'm happy. I'm amazing. The energy is different. The health is different. And yes, they may be going through the same things, but somebody's perspective is a whole lot different than the negative perspective. And so what do you want to do? Right? Do you want to sit here and wallow in this, or do you want to make sure that you are, yes, this is my situation, but I'm not going to be stuck in that situation. Yes, this is my situation, but yes, I can at least look at the positive things about my life right now. I could at least see that there's some good. I could at least speak some healing into myself. If it doesn't work, guess what? It doesn't work, right? But if I feel better about myself, I feel better that I'm speaking healing into myself. I feel better that I'm telling my body that my body knows what it's doing and I'm healing. And I know that, everything in my body is magically moving to heal me. I feel better. I operate better. I think better. My mind feels better. Everything feels better about me, as opposed to sitting here and wallowing in the negativity, right? Instead of wallowing in the negativity. So we have to start thinking that once you start having that thinking going on in your mind, start thinking, I need to start seeing myself differently. I need to start and use these things, use your beliefs to make sure that you believe in what you want, right? To believe in your goals. I want to believe in my goals. Not I want to, I do, right? Not in the future, present tense. I do believe in my goals. I do believe that I'm capable. I do believe that I'm worthy. I do believe that I'm successful. I do believe that I'm happy. I do believe that I'm loved. I do believe I believe that. I know what love feels like. I feel love. I feel love around me every single day. And even that goes with your affirmations. If you have to say some affirmations in order for it to be truth to you, let that be the thing, right? So if you see that, you know to fix it. Your mental image, your mental reps, right? I see myself doing the things. I see myself being in Target, Macy's, Walmart, wherever you want to be. I see myself here. I see my products on Beyonce's vanity. I see myself in the magazines. I see myself here. Start visualizing these things for yourself, right? Because what could it harm? What could it harm for you to believe in yourself? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So start believing in yourself, start seeing yourself, start visualizing, because your brain, you don't have to wait until that thing happens, right? A lot of the times we're waiting for the opportunity to happen. We're waiting for the situation to happen, or for this thing to be true, or that thing to be true. We don't have to wait until that situation or that thing or that goal happens. We could start seeing ourselves and doing that right here, right now, because our brain will process it as truth. Our brain will process it as facts, right? Our brain will be like, okay, well, you got this. We're gonna get it. We're gonna figure out a way to bring it to us. Your brain will start automatically fixing the problem. If you don't know how it's gonna come, you believe that it can happen, your brain is going to start giving you ideas on how this thing could actually happen. You'll be like, where did that idea come from? You know, a lot of the times it's a lot of books that I read, and it says, well, go to sleep with the question in your mind, and you'll wake up and you'll have some kind of a solution. If you don't have the exact solution, you'll be on your way to getting it. You'll be on your way to getting it. It's the same, almost like meditation. Like if there's a question, usually if I do a silent meditation, I go in with the question or whatever it is that I want, the question that I want answered. I go in with that and I concentrate on that. When I'm done, I may not feel the answer right then and there after I'm done, but some point throughout the day or maybe even in the week, the answer does come to me. The answer does come to me, and sometimes you don't even realize that it's happening because you overlooking things. You're not paying attention to those details, right? But I've started to learn to pay attention to those details, because in me paying attention to those details, I'm like, oh, I can see God working. Oh, I see this happening. I did that last week when I was meditating, and I got the answer, and it didn't happen as soon as I got out of the meditation. It happened later on, but I was like, oh, I asked for that. Oh, okay, I see it. I see it happening, right? And that made me stronger. That made me feel stronger about my beliefs. That made me feel stronger in my practice. That made me feel stronger while I was meditating, like, okay, so if I can get the answer to this, I could get the answer to anything, right? But we have to know. Thank you so much, Yolanda. The power of the tongue is powerful. Yes, come on, Nikki. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you have to know that you can get the answers. Your body has the answers. We think sometimes that we're worthless. We think that we don't know things. We think that we know everything we need to know. How much of it do you believe? How much do you trust yourself to know that the right thing is going to happen, or that the right outcome is going to happen, or that you can find the answers? How much do we believe that? We need to know that, and that needs to be that needs to be our thought process. That needs to be how we start thinking about what we are trying to do and accomplish, and what goals we want to hit, and the person that we want to be, and the characteristics that we want to have. It is not for everybody else out there. We can do the same thing. We can produce the same results. We are worthy, and we can get it done, right? Worthy is the word for the day. But we can do everything. All things are possible, right? With Christ, all things are possible. All things, right? And even if you say, oh, well, Nikki, I don't believe in Christ, I don't believe in God, I don't, but say universe. If you say it to the universe, it's going to come back to you. It's going to come back to you. So what kind of energy do you want to put out there? What kind of energy? Is it worth it for you to sit there wallowing and being pissed off about a situation that didn't happen in your favor? Is it worth it? Right? Is it worth that energy? Is it worth you to produce those chemicals that your body is going to start using against you? Is it worth that? Absolutely not. Nobody is worth that. No situation, no thing is worth that. So I want you guys at least to just take that with you today, that no situation is worth you stressing out over and producing things that are going to, in the future, harm you. Start destroying your immune system, start making you feel bad. There's nothing that you should be feeling bad about. There's some things that are unfortunate. You're going to feel sad, and that's natural. But you also have to know that there are some good things that you can take with it, that you can still believe, and that you can still feel, that you can still say, at least I have comfort in knowing. At least I have comfort in this, right? And even if it's like grief, or if it's whatever, you could say, at least I have comfort in knowing that this person loved me. At least I have comfort in knowing that, this person is at peace, they're no longer suffering, or whatever. Even though us losing them is sad, right? But we have to know that may also be with relationships with people in your lives, right? Yeah, they suck, yeah, they on their way, but they serve their purpose. I have to be grateful for the time that they serve and the lesson that they showed me. Do I like the lesson? No. But did I need the lesson? Yes. Perhaps I could have done without it, but I got it. What did I learn, and what can I do, and how can I operate differently? right? So that is all we are going to discuss for the day because we are at our mark. So I want to say if you are catching the replay, please like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications bell so you can be notified when we are going live. Also, we got a live tonight. We are going to be discussing the beginnings of understanding how to use a sales funnel, how to use the sales funnel. A lot of us are not using funnels in our business, and tonight you're going to learn the beginner's guide to sales funnels. We'll be on tonight at 7 p.m. We will be back on YouTube. What else? What else? What else? I know that you guys have, you know, so much stuff to do, and some of you guys are at work, some of you guys got things that you got to do, but you sat here with me today, and I appreciate you for investing your hour in me today. And I hope that there's something that I said that resonated with you. I hope that there's something that you take with you that is going to be something that you could teach somebody else, because when you teach somebody else something, you're teaching yourself again. So make sure that you take that with you. Also, don't forget to do your person. We got a person that we are studying for 30 days. One person, 30 days. Pick your person tomorrow. Today is the first day. Tomorrow you should be on your second day, ready to learn about your person. Again, you want to know who they are inside and out, because you want to know how did they get there, right? How did they get there? Because it is also possible for you. It is possible for you. If you see yourself living in a mansion and you see yourself with 5 cars and a husband and a dog and a cat and a giraffe and whatever it is that you want with your life, right? You could see yourself being that, right? But you got to know, you got to make sure that your belief system believes that, because if your belief system don't believe it, and externally you saying you want all these things but internally you don't believe it, it's going to prove that that's going to be a lie. And so you want it to be true, so make sure that you can believe it in your mind first, right? Thanks, Nikki. Gonna have to watch the replay. I missed a few parts of the live. Okay, sounds like a plan. I hope your son is doing well and he's having a good day today. Everybody, I will see you guys tonight. You guys have an amazing day. I appreciate you guys. What else? What else? What else? I think that is it, y'all. That's it. I'll see y'all tonight. Have an amazing day, y'all. Bye. Yeah.